Welcome to Field2Donor. This is how you set up a new project once you have all the login credentials to your account. Remember that only super admins can create new projects. So you'll have to log in, you go to the left, you'll see the projects here, click this, then click on the right to create new project. So you'll add your project name, say this is Women's Empowerment Project. As you'll see, once you start creating the project, you have two options. You can either add project details from an existing or approved proposal, or you can create a new project using AI, and our AI feature is going to help you generate project details such as your outcomes, your outputs, objectives, as long as you let it know what type of project you're designing. So this is especially useful for those who would like to design projects from scratch, or to start the process from there. But you can also use an existing proposal to copy the details into the platform. So the project name is Women's Empowerment Project. If I was to autofill using AI, this is how it would look like. So as you can see, it also starts to make suggestions on the project goal. The project aims to train young women in rural Kenya in digital skills to improve their employment opportunities. So you can say generate using AI, and it's going to give you some project details. So we'll give it some time. So as you can see, these are just AI suggestions. Like I said, this may be useful if you're trying to design from scratch, may not apply to many of you. So as you can see, it's filled in the project goal here, the description of the project, and it also makes suggestions for the objectives of the project, the outcomes that you can achieve, as well as the outputs. So you can use that feature if you would like to use the AI. Now I will cancel this so that I can show you how to create a project from existing data, that is from an approved proposal. So just to show you that using AI, you'll get your work plan, activities. It will also propose some budget lines, and you can review this. So this is not fixed. But as I mentioned, let me cancel this so that I can show you how to create using existing data. So now you have your approved proposal, or the proposal that your board has approved. You'll come and add the project name. So say the project is Youth Advocate Climate. Then maybe the goal is increase capacity of youth to advocate for climate action. Again, these are examples. You can add as much details as you want. Optional, you can provide more details. And of course, the project is active. You will then come here and add your objectives. So objective one is maybe to improve youth-led climate action in Uganda. Then you can add the objective. So you can add as many objectives as you have. Then you'll add the outcome. So maybe you want 100 youth have increased understanding of climate advocacy. Add your outcome. Again, you can add as many outcomes as you want. Just one more point on the outcome is there is both qualitative and quantitative. So you can link it to an actual value if you're targeting 100 youth there. So youth gain understanding of climate skills. So you have the outcome title, but you also have the outcome targets, and you can add output. So you'll see here when you add the target, The system will also help you keep track every time you're logging in your data from the activity, or rather the activity reports, and also from the expenses. Then you also add your outputs. You'll do the same thing. So maybe you want 5 trainings. You'll select 5 and you'll also select trainings. You can link it to a specific outcome because some outputs are linked to outcomes. So you can link it to that if you'd like, then say add output. So the results framework will be determined by your project proposal. You'll then select the dates here, the start date, say 1st January, and the end date maybe will be December. At the end of the year, you can select the currency of your grant. Maybe it's a US dollar account, US dollar project, and then maybe it's 20,000 or 200,000. Then you select the budget owner, whoever you want to manage the program. So here I can select this one. The donor, who is your donor? Maybe it's a crowdfunded project. Then this is how you add your activity plan or your work plan. So add planned activities. You add the title, the type of activity, the date, and the location. This is optional, and you can briefly describe the activity. Then you click on add activity. So you'll add as many activities, and you can pre-schedule until the end of the grant. So even if it's a 5-year grant, you can add the dates if you have them, or you can add them at a later date. Then you add your project budget. So you take your project budget document. As you can remember, the whole point of the system is for you to be able to do everything in one workflow. So as you're creating your project, you'll also be prompted to add your budget, your work plan, as you've seen. So you'll create your budget here. We've set some categories like program expenses, personnel, administrative expenses as the key categories, but you can create your own. We also have some subcategories here that you can use, or you can create your own depending on what is included in your budget. And then for each budget line, you're going to set the amount as in the budget, and then you will add the budget line. So that is how you add your project budget. And then this, you can turn this feature on or off depending on your organization policy. This is the threshold-based approval, determines when expenses require pre-approval. So if you have a policy around how much can be spent without a pre-approval or otherwise, then you can turn this feature on. Then you'll add your location, say it's in, maybe it is in Lusaka, something like that, so you can add that. And then you also determine. So you see here, once you create the project is going to show up in one of your project dashboards. As you can see, we've not added in as much detail to this. So as you can see, it is not as comprehensive. I'll show you an example of a real life project that's being implemented at the moment and how the project dashboard would look like. Once you create the project, this is how it would look like. As you can see, the goal is at the top, the timeline, the locations, how many days left to the project, and you can edit at any given time. We also have this donor view link. It's a link and it's optional. Feel free to share it, say with your partners, with your board, with your donors, if that's something that you'd like to do. They'll only be able to see the project progress and not really access the nitty-gritties of your project. So here you'll see this is how the donor view dashboard will look like. It gives you everything you need to know about the project, from the spending to what has been achieved so far, the milestone progress, the beneficiary demographics by gender, by age group, and even see which are the recent activities that have been completed or maybe that are coming up, and then the evidence gallery at the bottom. So back to the platform. This is how you create your project, and the project dashboard will look like this for you as a member of the team. I've already shown you how the donor dashboard looks like. We also have added a feature where you can track spending against outcomes and outputs. And this is a feature that we've designed specifically for this system, because sometimes organizations want to understand specifically how much goes into achieving a specific outcome. And so our system can also help you track those metrics. You'll be able to see your budget lines here, the approved, the spent, what's remaining, the progress, and you can also take action. So you'll be able to see your utilization here, upcoming activities, milestones, and you can even select the achievements. So once you create your project, this is what you'll be able to see. Again, the system is built in such a way that everything will be conducted in one workflow. So even if you're on the project dashboard and you need to make a new expense, you can still use the shortcuts in this dashboard. You can log activity, you can add milestones, you can view the expenses, you can view the activities. So this is just supposed to be a high level summary. So let me know what your experience has been creating a new project, either from scratch using our AI feature or using an approved proposal. And if you have any comments or questions, as usual, I'm available to support. Thank you very much.